Ceglia.
And I'm Jake Ceglia.
Rula had asked us to put a video together as her November sermons were going to be on money.
And finance.
So she wanted us to share our experience with our change of financial situation and becoming debt-free. We started a program run by Dave Ramsey, who is a financial advisor. He's pretty well known for helping people get rid of their debts and just change their financial future. It was someone that we found through my brother John, as he and his wife had followed Dave Ramsey's course at Financial Peace University to get themselves out of debt as well.
So it was about 2.5 years ago, and Lauren had just gotten out of nursing school, and she started tallying up, her new student loans, compound that with her previous degrees loans that weren't paid off yet, because I don't think anyone's is at any point. But and then I happened to be out of town for work, and she started texting me about it and was kind of freaking out. And then once I gave her what I owed in terms of credit cards and loans and other student loans, it was really terrifying. And both of us, have good jobs. We make pretty good money, and it was really frustrating to see that at the end of the month we have nothing left. Didn't have much in savings. Everything just went to debt, and really everything else, every other penny we had went to stupid things like Amazon and going out to restaurants and stuff like that. So it's really important. The first thing Dave says to do is you follow his baby steps, or 7 steps, and the first one is to save $1,000 as your emergency fund. That's if the washing machine breaks, the hot water tank goes, you need to get your furnace repaired, you got money there so you don't go further into debt while you're trying to pay debt off.
Right.
So we got that together pretty quickly. And then step 2 is the debt snowball, where you list all of your debts. When we listed ours together, we did it together. So,
which Dave would not recommend, because at the time we were only dating. But this whole thing kind of started because we were planning on spending the rest of our lives together and building a future together. And how do you do that if you don't have any money to do that with?
Right. So you list your debts, smallest to largest. Interest rates don't matter, because again, we've done this just over 2 years, so the amount of interest that we would have paid is minuscule compared to paying them off.
And Dave Ramsey says too that if we were doing things that made sense mathematically, we wouldn't be in debt to begin with.
So we it started off, I think, with one of your first student loans. Yeah. We got that paid off really quick, and then went into one of my loans that got paid off, which was a pretty big payment. So once those the first couple months got paid off, we really could roll a lot more money into the next debt. You pay your minimums on all your debts, stay current with everything you can, and then the smallest debt you attack with everything you have.
Take everything on your budget that you can in terms of extra money to apply towards the first.
We cut cable, we adjusted our cell phone plans, dropped our data plans to where it was, $10 here, $20 here, and it adds up over time. And like Dave says, if once you're in baby step 2, the only time you should be inside a restaurant is if you're working there. So we really did our best to, we really meal planned well and cooked as many meals as we could, and really did, take out very, very rarely.
Yeah. And we picked up extra jobs where we could too. I would work overtime at hospice. I would work at the animal clinic I came from, just to get some extra income coming in. He would work
as many weekends as I could, and get as much overtime pay as possible.
Yeah, and in the course of 2 years, we've gotten through the first 2 of the seven baby steps that Dave Ramsey has, and over the last just over 2 years, we have paid off $115,000 of consumer debt, being credit cards, student loans, so that our only debt currently is our home, and our financial future is looking pretty bright at this point. The potential and the opportunities that we have are kind of endless, and for being 33 and 36 years old, not a lot of people can say that they've accomplished this, and for us, in addition to paying for our wedding with cash, and we had an emergency with our dog and things like that, so we've really accomplished a lot and are really excited to start this new exciting chapter of our lives.